Today we're going to be talking about new evidence that came out that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man could be appearing in Spider-Man No Way Home. How many times have you heard that in a video? Let's talk about it. Yo, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about that recent piece of news coming from Murphy's Multiverse that has shared in a report that the VFX teams who have worked on previous Spider-Man films, like the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man films and the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films, aka Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy and the Amazing Spider-Man franchise, have come to work on Spider-Man No Way Home, in which this has got a lot of people talking, saying that this could potentially show more evidence towards the fact that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are appearing in the third installment of the MCU Spider-Man trilogy. However, I do believe that this could just be grasping at straws. Now, there are two sides of the argument here. Both I'm going to present to you, and you guys in the comments below, tell me what you think about this. So the first argument is that they've brought both of the crews from the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies onto Spider-Man No Way Home, and this then thus prevents evidence that the Spider-Men of the past are going to be appearing in this film, so they can create the feel and the atmosphere of those characters in this film, meaning that those VFX teams that worked on those movies are going to be able to bring that knowledge and are going to be able to bring that experience with them into this film to then create the most authentic feel for these characters when they then appear in No Way Home. As in, you know, if it was a different VFX team, they might not feel the same, stuff might be a little bit off, etc, etc. So that could be one piece of evidence. However, I do think that there is a slight grasping at straws here. If you guys aren't aware, most movie studios reuse the same VFX teams for a lot of their projects. Just look at Industrial Light and Magic. They have worked on countless movies over the industry. They have worked on loads of Disney films, including Star Wars films, including Marvel films, and all of those films have a different visual feel. It is in a VFX artist's job to make sure that a certain film has its own stylistic way of expressing itself, meaning that all those Star Wars films that Industrial Light and Magic have worked on do not look the same as all those Disney films that they've also worked on. They also work on Universal films like the Jurassic World films. This is a common trait for VFX artists to work on multiple films at the same time, meaning that many VFX teams have probably worked on varying and different films, meaning that if VFX teams from the past want to come and do Tom Holland's Spider-Man, they could probably come and do it without you noticing that they also did the Sam Raimi trilogy and the Andrew Garfield duology as well. We also do have to factor in that this is primarily a Sony Pictures movie, meaning that, well, obviously, if anyone's going to be reusing a VFX team from previous movies, it's going to be Sony reusing Sony VFX teams. So, therefore, the VFX teams from Spider-Man from the 2002, 2004, 2007, and obviously Andrew Garfield's from 2012, 2014. That makes the most sense. However, it also doesn't make sense why it specifically has to be, you know, both Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy VFX team and the one from the Andrew Garfield movies. Which is then why this other point comes in, you know, maybe they are trying to recreate that authentic feel of those characters for this movie. So there are two sides to the coin here, you know. There are two arguments that have very valid points, but I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Tell me what you think about this piece of evidence. Does this suggest that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield could be appearing in the film? Is it more evidence? Do you think that they have brought these VFX teams on board to create more of an authentic feel for these characters, just like we had back in those movies? Or do you think they're just reusing the same VFX teams? Because like I said, many VFX teams work on very different movies with very different stylistic choices, and you can't tell that they made the same thing. That is just fact. You guys have watched many movies probably in your lifetime, and you probably haven't noticed, you know. No one sits through the credits and goes, oh, there's the same VFX team as this movie. Like, no one does it, you know what I mean? So tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure to hit that like button for all the latest news from Spider-Man No Way Home, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.